welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie, and this is going to be an exciting show with lots of colors. Jim, can they see the colors?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! We have lots of fruit and vegetables in front of us, and we're going to talk about whole grains, and we have a returning guest, Dr. Roxanne
Carfora.
Roxanne
Carfora. Wow, you really got it really good this time.
Well, that's one of my
Roxanne Carfora. That's
Roxanne
okay.
Carfora. Yeah. I will get it. Roxanne Carfora.
Well, that's an aphasia.
Carfora.
That's it. You got it. Now you'll sing it.
Okay.
You'll sing it. That's all good.
What matters is that she's here. But before I introduce her, I have to introduce our co-host, Judy Marlowe. Hi, Judy. How are you?
Hi, good. And you?
Great.
Good to see you again, Roxanne.
Good to see you, Judy.
It's
Thank you for having me.
It's so exciting to have you back. I love what you're doing. I absolutely follow you on Facebook. So if you're not following anybody, it's on my Facebook page. So just click on her. I put you on my Facebook page. Your Facebook. She does a wonderful minute segment Tuesdays.
Yes, Think About It Tuesdays.
Thinks About It Tuesday. And she puts a minute up the way that, people just look at it, get the information, and really try it, test it. Everybody's life is different, everybody's health is different, but really it's important. It's really important to take care of ourselves, as we all know. Right now, my grandmother is in hospice in Wayne, New Jersey. And, it's been a very trying time for my family and myself. My grandmother was, the mainstay in my life. My mother, as you all know, has been on the show a number of times. Her ministry in life was to do her music, her opera, her spreading the love around the world through music. And the ones that, my grandmother stayed home and actually raised us with my father. And that does not have anything to say negative about my mother, because I understand, being a musician myself, that, we have to do what our calling is done. And the other side of that was my mother also had a car accident when she was 12 or 14 years old, and she had a brain trauma. So, she had a lot of development to do, and really understanding and really processing, and really just go out in the world and do that. So back to my grandmother. My grandmother is, she's very weak. She had, her pancreas isn't working. So she's 96 though. So, she had a wonderful 96-year life.
Beautiful.
She, up until 2 weeks ago, we were going out to dinner. And we were going shopping together. But it's a trying time for her to be in a rehabilitation or nursing, not rehabilitation, but a nursing home, when she really wants to go home. She really wants to go home.
I know.
So, so just keep her in your prayers. That's why I mention it. And, pray that God takes her when her time, but takes her quick, because I don't want her to suffer, suffer emotionally, not even physically. She went into pancreatic coma. She went into a diabetic coma because her pancreas wasn't working and her levels were 500. So she was in a coma. Yeah. So we were thinking about you, and anyway, so today is really an exciting day. We have all these fruits and vegetables in front of us. Today's show is called Getting Your Healthy Naturally. I stole it from Dr. Roxanna's website, because I thought it was awesome. She was a guest on our show. And really her motto is to, eat. I'll let her speak, but it's where food is the energizing. This is the fuel. This is our gas,
Absolutely.
That you got to put in your car. And you need to do that to stay healthy. And staying healthy prevents, people from having difficulties in their life. We're always going to have a challenge in our life with health. But at least all this will prevent, to the extent that it can, something. So let's get going. Superfoods.
Yes.
Superfoods.
Superfoods.
I'm going to put this in your hands.
You got it.
And pick a superfood and tell us about it.
Well, it's many superfoods. So as you can see in front of you, this beautiful rainbow of colors, right?
I loved it.
So just like a rainbow in a sky brings us joy, brings us beauty, and we know that it's the end of a beautiful, a storm. And then at the end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold.
Yes.
Which is the pot of gold is inside us. So remember that the rainbow of fruits and vegetables is what we should eat. Every single cell in your body functions on foods. So food is always first, no matter what. Food is before supplements, food is before medication. And hopefully when we eat naturally, that we will prevent ourselves from getting ill. So for example, when I teach patients about food, look at the food and look what it looks like. Very important, because if you take something like an orange, okay, the orange looks like in the front, it looks like a breast. And on the inside, it looks like a breast. Right. So oranges and lemons, if you cut a lemon in half, right, it will also look like a breast. So these are antioxidant foods, and these are very good for you, okay? When we look at nuts, if you look at a walnut is in the shape of a brain.
A brain. That's very interesting.
Right?
You said that last time.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, that's so interesting. It's so true.
Yes. So look at what you're eating. Okay, so this here is brain food, a walnut, because it has B vitamins. Very high in folic acid, B6, B12.
And how many a day should they eat?
A handful of almonds. Now, of course, you
Almonds
have to
or
watch
walnuts?
Almonds, walnuts, nuts, seeds.
Is it all the same thing?
They all have different things. So if you look at the shape, like if I put next to here a pumpkin seed, and this is for Jim over there. A pumpkin seed is in the shape of sperm because it's very high in zinc. So for you men out there, eat your handful of, that's right, because it's great for fertility. Okay, so increase your sperm count by taking your handful of pumpkin seeds.
I have a question.
Yes.
Should they, does it work right away?
Well, yes, and it's all part.
I'm just asking.
It works right away because the food goes into the digestive system, right? Your digestive system then absorbs it into your bloodstream. So you're increasing your zinc based on what you're eating as soon as you take food in.
The zinc.
Yes, the zinc in the pumpkin seed.
Wow.
Now,
and I just had,
Jim's got walnuts
last night
in the studio.
Jim's taking notes.
And he's
I
hiding.
love putting walnuts all over my food.
That's beautiful. So
Yes.
again, that's brain food. And on the subject of men, look at this fig. So what does this fig look like? What does this look like, Jim?
It looks like a
Come on.
a testy.
Yes. So for a testicle, okay? So the testicle is where testosterone. Thus the word testicle, testosterone, okay? So if you eat your pumpkin seeds, Jim, and you eat your figs, you're increasing your sperm count and you're giving yourself good testicle health.
What else you got? What else you got?
So for women,
Wait,
we have the orange.
So if you're having fertility problems, you know, with your, I mean, it could be the woman as well, but at least this is a direction you could go in to eat those pumpkin seeds, right?
Yes.
Eat the, what else, what other kind of seeds? Sesame seeds? Or
So you could have, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. These are all things that could have.
And then figs.
Correct.
Figs.
Now don't go taking a whole big thing and chucking it down.
You have so many kids.
A handful of everything.
My grandfather, grandpa, my grandmother and grandfather used to have, not the grandmother that's alive, but my other grandma, they used to have fig trees. And every year, they would have to cover them you really have to take care of fig trees.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They have to be covered in the wintertime and hibernated.
Correct.
And it's really a delicacy.
It is a delicacy.
A fig is a delicacy.
Yes. This actually is from my fig tree in my yard. So you can
Wow.
see it's still not ripe. It's like underripe. And it is getting cold. So I'm
Is it
losing
going to
my-
get greener?
I'm losing it should get almost like a purple color.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but we're not
it's-
going to touch it.
Yeah.
We're not going to go
I
in.
know. It's sad when we see those fig trees go, you know? So.
But you have to cover. When do you cover them?
I don't.
You don't?
I'm guilty. I don't. And I still get figs every year.
Yeah, well,
and
that's
everyone
okay.
tells me I should cover the tree, but my tree grows every year.
Well, you're a doctor. It's like,
Yeah,
I
so
got
I
to
just-
do this.
I talk to it.
Yeah,
I just talk to my tree. Now, You're coughing.
I'm coughing.
Okay, into the segment of what does this look
And
like?
we're eating while we're on the
Yes,
show.
yes.
Because if they can eat on the View, we can eat.
That's right. So this looks
Or
like
Kelly.
a lung. So this looks like a lung, and these
That one's
little
for me.
these little grapes are little alveoli, which is at the end of the lung. That's where you get your oxygen and your carbon dioxide exchange. So this is very good for oxygenation.
I love
It's
grapes.
an anti-inflammatory.
Yeah. Oh,
so
really?
this is really
So
good.
you could take this rather than taking, not rather the but to prevent you from getting inflamed.
Correct.
Because I usually take Advil.
Yes.
Right? Because Advil is a...
Yes, and that's the thing you want to try to avoid. And getting you healthy naturally with these beautiful rainbows of foods, these are anti-inflammatories. These
Right.
are your natural anti-inflammatories. So great for the lungs. So today, you're coughing a little bit, eat a handful of grapes.
Now, I
Because-
have to ask you a question, Dr. Carfora.
You
What
need
about
grapes.
green
Yeah.
grapes? I prefer the red ones, but what about green ones?
Yeah, the
Are
same
they all the
thing.
same?
It's the same
idea?
thing. Yes, I mean when we make wine, right? So the red grape is a little richer, a little deeper in antioxidants than the white.
I got
And
a
a little
question.
sweeter.
Can I drink wine?
Yes, you can. Yes,
doesn't-
I always recommend organic wine because we'll
I didn't
do
know
that
there was
at
organic.
another segment. Yeah.
Booker, so we could drink wine.
Yeah. We'll talk. We'll speak about that at definitely another segment with the differences of wine
Wow.
and organic and non-organic.
Well, I remember my grandpa, I guess he's around because I'm talking about him a lot today. But he used to have his jug of red wine that he made on his side, and he used to drink a little bit every day. And they say it's good for your
Your
blood.
grandfather
That's
would have
right.
loved-
That's
right?
right, and that's because it comes from the grapes. And in
never
Italy,
thought of
what
that
do they
before.
do? In Italy, you see tons of like lemon trees. Okay, so they're taking care of their women in Italy. You see tons of grapes, right? So they're taking care of their lungs. You know, you see a lot of fig trees, so the men are being taken care of. So you know, it's actually a good culture.
Wow.
Your grandfather would have loved my grandfather because
Yes.
he was making wine also.
That's good. Yeah, I remember like going down to their bay. Let's talk about tomatoes because they used to grow tomatoes all the time.
Yeah. Oh.
My Italian, he used to have a field of vegetables.
This is one of the best vegetables that you can eat is a tomato.
I eat
When
it for
you-
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Beautiful, beautiful. And when you cut it in half, it has chambers. So we don't have a knife, but if we were to cut it in half, it has two upper segments and two lower segments, which is the shape of a heart.
Right. Yes.
So very, very good for your heart. Again, when you eat and you want to prevent disease, food first. We are provided in our environment all the beautiful things that God has made for us, including the beautiful rainbow that we see, right?
Yeah.
So just cut your tomatoes in half and think about your heart and how
You
great
used to say
it is.
you said last time you were here. Correct me if I'm wrong. 80% fruit and vegetables,
Correct.
20% protein.
Yeah,
Meat,
yes, like
meat.
a little less. So your plate should be at least 3/4 to 80% the rainbow, the fruits, the vegetables, whatever you want to mix. You do not need recipes. So your recipe is right here in front of you.
Right,
You could cut up this tomato, cut up this cucumber, a little bit of that, and you could also throw your blueberries and your strawberries, which are very high in antioxidants.
Wow.
Which gives me an idea. Maybe I'll start putting blueberries in my salad because
Yes.
when I make a salad, I've got my squash, I've got my cucumbers, I've got my tomatoes, I've got the carrots.
Yes.
Jimmy, you want some blueberries?
I
Or
think I'm going to
strawberries
start adding
right now?
blueberries and strawberries
Want
to
grapes?
Yes, to your
Salad.
salad, and even a handful of seeds or nuts. So again, think of your salad
We're
as
sharing
your
today.
food, your brain food.
Thank
Yeah.
He wants the fig. Are you kidding me? Yeah, catch it. There you go.
He does.
He's looking for the pumpkin
Oh,
seeds
I got
about now too.
You got to get a babysitter for your daughter.
So we just said before about carrots. So carrots, when you look at it, the carrot, it's in the shape of an eye. You see the center of the carrot is your pupil, and then on the outside is the iris. Very good for the eyes. See, we don't have to take. You need a multivitamin, or if you need vitamins, you get your levels checked. I always do blood
Yes.
test on my patients to make sure. But you really need to do this first.
My sister loved you when
Thank you.
because we worked on the press last night at the nursing home. So she was looking at your website. She says, "Oh my God, that's the type of doctor that I need."
Oh, that's so
She
sweet.
lives in New Jersey.
It's okay. We do phone consultations too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she actually does want to connect with
well,
you.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
she likes your culture, and she likes the fact that you're into all this, and she lives by the, oh my God,
What is her name?
Debbie.
Debbie.
Hi,
Hi,
Debbie.
Debbie.
If you're
Hi, Debbie.
listening, just visit my website, drcarfora.com, and you could just request anything you want on there. There's a little segment there, and I'll answer you back.
Yeah, she said she's on the, forgive me if I'm wrong, there's a diet she's on.
Whole 30.
No.
No? Paleo, keto.
I think the keto. The keto. She just follows that as a basis
Yes.
to living.
Yes.
Now tell us about the keto diet.
Okay, so the keto is a fasting diet. So what the keto diet, there's many diets out there. Keto diet, paleo diet, whole 30 diet, you could call it what it is.
Are they all almost the same type of diets?
Almost the same in that the base is vegetables. They do all of them have vegetables. The keto, there's no fruit, and it's much higher in fat, but in your good fats. But they also add cheese. Where what I recommend basically is everyone should be like whole 30. The whole 30 is taking 30 fruits and vegetables, your basic 30 foods, and then adding a little bit of protein, some oil, and some nuts and seeds. Whereas your keto diet is all fat. It's cheese, it's heavy cream. So the idea of that is that if you have weight to lose, you take in the fat, so you're burning your own fat for storage, because carbohydrates store in fat. So we talk about the tire around our body.
Oh my God, the tire.
So I brought the bagel because it's what not to eat. What does this look like?
A tire.
It looks like a tire, right?
And it's
so do
hard
donuts.
like a tire.
Right. So where would this go in a diet? Right to your waist. So speaking about carbohydrates like this, starchy bread, pasta, cake, cookies, all of that stuff gets stored as fat. So keto, what it does is avoids all of this. So you start to use your own fat for storage. So you become a fat burning machine rather than a fat storage machine.
Right.
Then once you convert over from a keto diet, so people with diabetes, people that need to lose more than 20 pounds, keto's a good way. It's tough, but it's a good way to get it going.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I have a question. I've heard about fruits and vegetables in vitamin pills. Can they be as good as eating the real thing?
It's a great question. You really do have to watch the vitamin pills that you get that have fruits and vegetables. Since 2004, I've been using a product called Juice Plus. And
is that what's on your website?
Yes.
That you could buy?
Yes. And by far, years ago, we used to check the antioxidant levels in people's bodies. And when they did not eat, well, first of all, how many fruits and vegetables do you need per day to sustain this antioxidant effect and to get rid of all the toxins in the environment? You need 8 to 10 servings. A serving is a handful. So this here's a little more than a handful. So this may be 1.5 servings. If you took a handful of grapes, that's a serving. So one serving equals one handful.
So it's not as much as it sounds like.
Right. So that salad that you just said, if you
Has
took a
all
handful,
that in it.
you got it. So then you could get that. But if you can't get it, I recommend Juice Plus. It's organic, whole food nutrition. They actually take the fruit and vegetable and cold press it. So there's no radiation. So it's a cold press element.
Wow.
And it's gluten-free, the
Renee,
capsule.
would you hand me a pen from over there? You want to write that
It's on the bottom of our website.
Yeah, if you go on my website,
You can order it there, too.
drcarfora.com,
Thank
you can order it and find out all the scientific information about
Juice
Juice Plus.
Plus.
Juice Plus,
No.
yes.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to really get it.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I take one red, one green a day, and then at the end of the day, if I didn't get a nice salad or my great fruits and vegetables, then I might take another red and green.
And it's really good not to I forget what I'm trying to say. But I'm so busy now with my grandmother and working and my grandson, and I mean there's no time to do anything. So in those types of situations,
Yes.
those are really good to have just so you could take something that is needed.
Correct.
You know,
It's an insurance policy for you. So I use Juice Plus as an insurance policy that you're getting 8 to 10 servings of fruits and
But I
vegetables.
never thought of, I'm trying to put a lot of things in the salad, but I never thought of it as you just need a handful.
Right.
And my
handful of each
salads
little
are
item.
like huge.
Yes. So you make a salad not just with
But it's
greens,
not-
like
Yes,
leafy
with-
greens. Use that as a handful of leafy greens, a
That's-
handful of a cup cut up orange, a handful of blueberries, some nuts, And then again, if you're diabetic, you have to be careful the amount of fruit that you have per day. So I recommend 2 servings. Again, a handful is a serving. 2 servings or less.
It's a great
per
way
day
to
for
look at it.
diabetes.
It's a great way to look at it.
Now, can you overeat vegetables?
Good point. Good point. Well, you'll get a lot of fiber. So each handful is 5 grams of fiber. And we require 30 to 40 grams of fiber per day for our colon health.
Wow.
Okay, so if you eat more than 5 servings, you're getting 25 to 30 grams of fiber, so you might be pooping more. So that's a sign that if you're eating a lot of vegetables, your poop may change. You may run to the bathroom more often. So if you're constipated, eat more vegetables.
Right.
Eat more vegetables.
The funny thing is my grandson loves raspberry, blueberries. When he comes home from school, I pick him up. And I'm telling you, he loves clementines, he loves raspberries, blueberries, strawberries,
Beautiful.
grapes, and but he's still constipated.
Okay, so then he needs more water.
More water.
Yes. So it's very hard to get water into
Children.
babies and children and stuff. So what I love to do with water is...
Watermelon. What about watermelon?
Well, yes, but it's still not water,
It's not.
H2O. So you need the H2O, but what you could do is just squeeze a little bit of an orange in there, kind of make it fun for them.
Right.
Show them the shape of things, show them, oh, look, this is like shaped like this, or,
Right.
like this looks like your brain, it's good for your brain, and, make a game out of it for children, and they'll get it in. And if they can't get it in, then, and Juice Plus does, again, have children's formulas too.
Wow.
So, if you can't get your substance in food, and that's including your fish oil, your olive oil, if you can't eat fish or you don't want to eat fish, you need to get your fats, which is your good fats, right? So your olive oils, your grapeseed oil, your extracts there. Then you need to have your vegetables, a little bit of fruit, your 2 servings of fruit, and then you need your protein, which is your chicken, fish, or turkey. Or if you're vegan or something like that, protein you could get from seeds, like chia seeds, pumpkin seeds. These are all hemp seeds. These are all high in protein.
Which is healthier, cream spinach or regular spinach?
Oh, no creamed nothing. In my diet anyway,
Well,
or in my
cream
patients.
is fats, right?
Yeah. Now that creamed spinach would be great for someone that's on keto.
I
Keto,
see.
they'll melt. They'll take spinach and they'll melt like mozzarella cheese and then add heavy cream on top because
And
it's
how
fat.
could
Well,
that-
I'm not
and
into heavy cream.
And how
but
could that be
I thought-
healthy? I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah,
It's kind of like disillusioning you that it's healthy.
Yeah, well, in my field of medicine, in functional and regenerative medicine, it's about
What's
genetics
what
too.
do you
so
do?
regenerative medicine is taking the cell. Every single cell in your body makes up an organ. Then the organ makes us up, right? So every single cell requires fat, carbohydrates, and proteins. So you should never be on a high fat, and carbohydrates, I'm talking about good carbohydrates. I'm not
Right.
talking about the bagel, okay?
Let's get rid of the
Yeah, let's get rid of the bagel.
Jim,
You want the bagel?
Right.
Get rid of that tire. There you go. Yay, we got rid of that tire.
No, you were talking about Blake being constipated. What about seaweed, which is strengthens the mucus? That
Seaweed.
protects
How are we
the-
going to have a meat?
Yeah.
But you know what? I have a woman that I work with, Janet. She's a dear friend. We're back working together, and she used to go to an organic location and buy some seaweed, and she used to ingest it.
Yeah.
For health reasons.
Yes.
Yeah, it says that it prevents high blood pressure. It's good for the digestion, detox, regulates hormones.
Right,
Ah.
right. So your leafy greens, so your seaweed, your kale, that has iodine in it. So when you're doing your base of your salad, that's iodine, which supplies the thyroid. The thyroid is a gland that is the master of all function in your body, including metabolism. So yes, your greens are very important, just like all of these are very important. It should never be one thing over another, except for 80 to 85% of your diet should be that lean, the greens of here,
Right.
and then
And
your
then I
mixture
always
of the
put
rainbow.
broccoli in my salad if I ever got broccoli,
Yeah.
because that's good for your brain.
That's right.
Kale
That's
has
right, 'cause
really-
it's in the shape of
Yes.
the brain when you think of it.
Kale has really taken an explosive in the world, just
Yes.
to eat it. And how come? I mean, what was the reason that it became so popular?
Yeah, I think it's the movement of veganism. So the vegans have nothing no animal that produces an egg or an embryo. So no chicken or anything like that. Even fish. Veganism, they will not eat fish because it produces a fish egg.
I see.
I think this became in our society the kale and the seaweed because it's more of a wrap. Too. It's a healthier way of using, instead of using bread, wrap your things in seaweed or wrap your things in kale. And that's why I think it became very popular.
I have two things. I just saw on the news, Channel 7 yesterday, and you'll have to correct me because I don't really remember. But they said that vegans, they tested a population. Do you remember, Jim? And vegans have a stronger chance of having a stroke than someone that
I saw
includes fish in their diet.
Yeah.
Fish,
Yes.
they do not. Fish and vegan, like if you combined it, what do they call vegans that eat fish?
Fishitarians.
Vegetarian.
Yes.
Those
Or
are, that is
pescatarian.
the most healthy lifestyle
Correct.
to live.
Correct. and the reason for that is with veganism. A lot of vegans, and all you vegans out there, really listen to this. You're taking in too many omega-6s. So
Wow.
omega-6s are your olive oils, your avocados. It's that fat, okay? So it's the good fat. Too much good fat could also cause an issue if you're not equaling it with omega-3, which is fish. So that's the difference there. Now, they have come up with a vegan fish, quote, oil, but it's not fish, it's flaxseed. So flaxseed oil, about 60 to 70% when you digest that, becomes an omega-3 in the body biochemically. So for vegans should be eating more flax seeds and seeds on their diet to help with the omega-3/6 ratio. And this is what I do in my practice. I check your omega-3/6 ratio. When you're eating, and we have all these foods that we need to supply our body, you must know if your cell is absorbing it. If your cell is not absorbing it based on
There's a
genetics
problem.
and things, there's a problem. And I'm the detective that goes and finds out that solution.
And I love fish, but I eat fish most of the week. And that's probably also because I'm a Piscean, born in March.
Ah, there you go. Pisces.
But fish, are there specific fishes that they should eat?
Yes. So a lot of fish, I'm going to say a lot of fish have mercury. They're high in mercury. As society has changed, we do the best we can. That's why we need to also be conscious of keeping our oceans
Salmon's
clean.
very good.
Sustainability, watching plastic and things like that. You eat an orange, it's biodegradable. It's feeding it back into the environment. Whereas if you were to get a container of orange juice and shove the container, in the environment, also we're destroying the environment.
Right.
So, environmentally.
But
So
salmon-
fatty fish, salmon is good.
Salmon or flounder
salmon. I love
or
salmon.
scallops.
Yes, yes.
Those are healthy fish.
Yes, and they should be caught like the fisherman catches it and brings it
Right.
on the reel,
Swordfish
not
is a problem.
farm raised.
Swordfish.
Yeah, I was
is
just
a
going to
problem.
ask you that. I don't like farm raised.
Could taste the difference.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, positively.
Yes.
Why do they do that?
Well, to feed a higher quantity of people. It's the same thing why they added gluten into that tired bagel over there, the gluten just feeds more population.
My daughter makes bagels. She makes bagels out of this healthy recipe. and they're very good.
Yeah.
I need the recipe.
I mean, it's I forget what it is, but it's
Almond.
3 ingredients. 3 ingredients, and she makes it like on a Sunday morning. Then we all eat them.
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
they're
Tell-
wonderful.
Share the
Debbie to
recipe with
I will.
everyone.
I will.
Debbie,
I will.
send in the recipe.
No,
so
it's my
everyone can
daughter,
have it.
Samantha.
Oh, your daughter
Samantha.
Samantha, send in the recipe so we can all
Today's her
share it.
birthday too.
Happy
Happy birthday.
birthday.
A happy, healthy birthday.
Let's go.
Yes.
Happy
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Samantha.
And Brittany.
And Brittany. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, they were a few days apart.
Brittany was last Sunday, and Samantha's this Sunday.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
happy birthday.
Yes, now that I embarrassed you. That's okay. So
You never know what we're going to say next.
yes. So tell us about an zucchini.
Okay, so zucchini also, when you cut it up, it's good for the heart. Okay, so you could steam these. You could mix them up with a little olive oil, roast
Roasting them with olive
Beautiful.
oil
Just
is
cut them in half and
Wait.
throw
Oh
them
my
on the
God.
grill.
I have a question. How come you didn't ask what that shaped like?
Okay. All right, Jim. You know what a banana shaped like? Okay, listen to this. So what's a banana shaped like? I wish we had a banana.
I don't
a
have
banana is
Well,
a
this
U
looks
shape
like a
almost,
banana,
right?
but it's
This
looks
looks
like
Okay,
a banana.
but this is squash. But a banana is in the shape of a smile.
Right.
Because a banana contains serotonin, which is good for our brain.
Wow.
It makes us happy. That's our happy hormone.
Wow.
So we'll discuss the squash later, Jim.
So it's for the heart.
Yes.
It's for the heart.
Yes. And again, when you slice these up, the same thing with a pepper. When you slice a pepper up, you're going to see 2 chambers above, 2 chambers below. So everyone cut up your peppers today and see.
Yes. Take your kids and cut them up.
Yes.
As you're
Yes.
as you're cooking.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also want to just add that broccoli improves sleep and memory and increases heart health because it has high levels of potassium.
Yes.
That's from Dr. Roxana's website?
No, this is
no?
actually from
She got it from Guide Doc.
Super Foods.
Oh,
Guide
Guide Doc.
Doc.
I do have on my website where you could just go on my website, drcarfora.com, and I do have whole foods and kind of, what they do for you. But
That's
the
why I
best
thought
way
you
is your
got it.
memory, like with
Ah,
what
yeah.
it looks like.
I put garlic on everything. I put it
Me
on
too.
fish. I put it on everything I eat.
You said your name
That I
very
cook.
well too.
It's my husband's name, so I really had to make sure that I pronounce it correctly.
I'm funny.
Now, I don't use a lot of black pepper. I know that's supposed to be good.
Yeah, so
Well, I love black pepper.
So
love
your
black pepper.
spices. So everything you could add the spice to life, right? And the reason why they say spice to life is because spices are anti-inflammatory. So your cumin, your turmeric, your black pepper, very good for again anti-inflammation. Because as good as you could be on your diet, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, or any of those diets, you still need the spice of life because all of these foods, as good as they are, they're grown in an environment that may have some contamination.
true.
So we need those
true.
spices to decontaminate us.
Okay, let's talk about organic versus regular.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I ate all the
That's beautiful. You need it. It's here. That's your bronchial food today. So
And what about peppermint? Do you like that?
I love mint. I love the once again, my grandfather's got to be around.
yeah.
He's around. He's
Yeah.
around. My grandfather, grandpa, he used to have, in his garden, he used to have fresh mint.
Yes.
And we used to pick it and eat it. Just eat it.
It's
Just
one
eat
of the easiest things to grow is your mint, your peppermint. Sometimes it takes over the garden. My peppermint and my lemon balm took
did.
over the whole entire
does.
garden.
Does.
So it does.
Do you have a
but
large
it's a
garden?
No, very
No.
small. It's probably the size of this little square in front of
Wow.
us.
But you could
Oh,
do
it's
a
very
lot.
small.
You could
could
do
do
a
a lot,
lot.
and then you just have to control it.
My grandfather used to have. Well, let me share this with you. They built 3 houses on the land that he used to raise a garden.
Oh my God.
This way and this way.
He had a farm.
He had a farm.
He had a farm then.
Must have thought he was
No,
in
my
Italy.
garden's not a farm.
Must have thought it was in Italy.
Right, exactly.
Now, pineapple.
Yeah.
And they have, I'm trying to think of this juice that has pineapple, it has orange, it has,
Oh, the one that you gave me? The
yes,
other
I
day?
can't think of the name of it right now.
Well,
it's
again,
got a
you-
mix of things in it. It's like a tropical.
Well, you really want to
Juice.
take the whole food. first. You don't want to get the juice of it, because a lot of times too, in a bottle, number one, save the environment because of the bottle and eat the food and that. But even though they say that this is organic, it's still packaged, it's still, there's still some other things. So you would rather get the pineapple, and you would rather add that. Now, pineapple, great. It has bromelain in it, which actually helps mucolytically for bronchitis. So if you had pineapple and grapes and you cut that up, that's really good for you.
And it lowers your cholesterol.
Yeah, so it does help you.
It lowers the cholesterol.
Yeah, because of there's quercetin in it also. So
quercetin. What's quercetin?
I never heard
quercetin,
of that.
Quercetin, is found in your pineapples, in your garlic, okay, so and in your onions. Those are anti-inflammatory. So quercetin is great for allergies. It's great for, again, coughing, nasal congestion, and all of that.
They said that raw onions are very good for you.
Yes, yeah. Everything more raw, steamed, and raw first, steamed second, and then never. If you could avoid frozen, but they're a quick society. I have a big bag of frozen vegetables in my freezer because I just take the handful, steam it up, put some olive oil on, some pepper, and I eat it.
Well, it's better than the other direction.
Canned.
Yeah.
And parsley.
Yes. Any of those, any spices are really great.
Tell us the difference between organic and regular.
Okay, so
the way that they market it.
Yeah. So organic.
Less chemicals.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of our organic
Prepare
farms,
yourself.
yes, organic people out there, you're going to be as organic as society or our environment will give you, because we have a thing called rain, and we have rain clouds, and we have Roundup. Okay, so Roundup that's sprayed on a lot of our lawns for weed killer, right? When it rains and then the humidity brings it up to the clouds, that gets into the clouds. That cloud, unfortunately, moves to an organic farm. So those organic farms have been contaminated. The best farming, and this is the move towards the future, is hydroponic gardening. So hydroponic is that you're making your own solution. Actually, if you go on my website too, Juice Plus has a hydroponic garden. I do have that in my home also, that you could grow your lettuce, your cucumbers, everything inside your house. So there's a lot of hydroponic gardens now.
Is it like
in
a
Manhattan.
greenhouse? Is it like a greenhouse?
It's not a greenhouse. It's a round thing about the size of the glass table, and it has water in it. And the roots of the vegetable, you put the seeds in the pods along this whole rounded cylinder thing, and the water, it's recycled water, is taken up into that area, and then it's constantly filtered through.
Wow.
There's no soil. You have to alkalinate your own water. So there's solutions to make that water alkaline, because you want, like we mentioned before, alkaline environment, which is great for these fruits and vegetables. So hydroponic, look out for it. You're going to see them in the city.
Hydroponic.
Yeah, hydroponic. I've seen them in walking through the city. A lot of the restaurants are growing their own through hydroponic gardening. There's a lot of rooftop gardenings now. Restaurants are trying to become also like self-sufficient for themselves in growing their own things.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
And something that we all love so much, dark chocolate.
Oh yeah.
I should have put dark chocolate in.
Yes. So cacao.
Yes.
So the chocolate itself, again, high antioxidant. That doesn't mean go out and get milk chocolate.
No,
or
dark
chocolate
chocolate.
Kisses, or
No,
stuff
dark
like
chocolate.
Can
that.
we eat a big
But
bar?
dark
But
chocolate. No, really a little piece. Like that's your little treat.
When my mother had heart problems and the doctor said that there were certain things that she had to stay away from eating, I thought one of them was chocolate.
fly.
I thought one of them was chocolate. And I remember
And it's by Roxanne.
It's by me. It thinks my shirt's a piece of fruit.
and I remember her saying something about wanting me to, here, let's stop here and get some chocolate. And I was afraid. But I was afraid that she might have a heart attack. But dark chocolate would have been a really good plus. And now when I eat it, I feel really guilty that I denied her the dark chocolate.
Yeah, but years ago, chocolate was made differently also, so it was made dark chocolate. A lot of people making their own with the cacao, and mixing it up and melting it down. And of course, let's be realistic. We all need to have a treat.
Yes.
This weekend, I made
I gave her chocolate ice cream, but it wasn't the
Yeah,
same.
there you go. My daughter made rainbow cookies with a very good friend of mine, Barbara Jo, and we call her Nona. She used to live with us, and Nona is grandma, and she used to live in the basement, and Nona wanted to come and cook with my daughter. So my daughter and Nona made rainbow cookies. So I said, well, it's still the rainbow, so I could have it, right? So of course I had rainbow cookies this weekend. But again, you have to know your.
Is the chocolate you were talking about the same as carob? Because I used to eat carob chips.
Yes.
They used to be my thing on yogurt.
Yes.
I used to eat carob chips.
Yes, perfect. That's perfect because they come in the little...
the little kisses.
Yes,
the little
absolutely.
kisses.
Where the cacao powder is usually in a powder form. It's kind of like not good tasting.
I don't want to blow everybody's enjoyment, but when you go to those yogurt places... tell us.
Yeah, I mean, you have to know even these smoothie places, if they're getting it in a big container and dumping it,
fat.
It's like got a lot of sugar added.
Sugar.
Next to my practice, I'm located in St. James on 25A. We have Soul Bowl, and they get everything fresh. Everything fresh. They get acai berries in the morning by a truckload of natural berries like this, where they themselves churn them up. They get bananas, tons of bananas. I love walking in there in the morning because I see all this fruit like just on the counter from coming in. I see it in the back and I'm like, wow. And they cut up everything fresh. So know what you're getting. If you're going in for a quick place and you want, I want a, raspberry smoothie or whatever, and they're like churning it out of a thing. Big
Too much sugar.
So go to somewhere
But
that they're
before we
cutting it
move
up.
on, I want to mention that chocolate reduces your blood pressure.
No, dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
Dark
chocolate.
chocolate.
We're talking dark chocolate. Lowers your chance of blood clots, reduces inflammation, improves your functioning, and improves your mood.
Wow.
This is serotonin.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. So how about clementines?
Oh yeah. So similar to an orange,
By
but
the way,
a little
I was hungry
different.
today. I didn't have dinner last
Yeah,
night.
that actually is. Yeah. See, the
Because
clementines are so
my
good.
grandmother.
They're so good. And just that looks
Open
so
it up,
good.
eat it.
I'm opening it up and eating it too.
Oh, Renee,
I mean, we have to eat.
Renee, you do like I do. You try and take it off in one peel. I saw that.
Yeah. You want a piece, Jim? You sure?
See, now everyone throws away
Right?
the peel.
I'm going to
also.
throw it to Jim.
Well, you're saying you eat that?
Honestly, okay, everyone's going to think I'm crazy.
Wait, you eat the peel?
But no, I love this for the skin. So I'm an anti-aging doctor, right? So we could take an orange, you could take a clementine peel, you could put it in the freezer and then take it out and just rub it on your skin. One, it acts as an exfoliant. Okay, so you have an exfoliant, but there's vitamin C in this.
So you shouldn't have any makeup on when you do it. Because
Right,
you'll get
right,
it better.
of course,
You'll get
of course. But you could take it
Well,
and you
I'm
just rub
saying
it.
you don't just take it out of the refrigerator and put it on your...
Yeah,
You've got
it's-
to make sure you don't have any makeup on.
Right, it's citrus, so it's vitamin C.
I love
the,
that idea.
The skin of these things, the skin of a banana. My friend uses the inside of a banana to brush on his teeth because it's a whitener.
Wow.
It's a teeth whitener. So when we really look at what we've been given to use, we have every element
We have all the natural...
known to man. Oh, I can't wait to have a piece of
I
this.
forgot what I was going to say.
I hope it's not sour. Is it good?
No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Now, something I really love for breakfast is oatmeal.
Oh, I
And-
love
and
it. Oatmeal.
oatmeal.
Please tell me oatmeal's good for us because
Yes,
I
it-
love oatmeal.
Yes.
It reduces
And
your...
I actually eat oatmeal for dinner sometimes when I don't have any other thing.
It reduces your chance of high blood pressure, prevents arteries from hardening, it stabilizes blood sugar levels, it reduces the chance of breast cancer,
Okay. Well, I feel
among
good
other
now.
things.
I feel
because
good
it's
now.
fiber.
Yes.
So fiber cleanses your system. Same as this. This has fiber. So look, we're eating 2 handfuls, right? So right now, you and I have vitamin C, right? We have the anti-inflammatory effect of this, and we have 10 grams of fiber. So remember, we need 30 to 40, right?
We're healthy. And
That's
how
it. We're very healthy.
And how many years are we going to live after because we're eating?
Got to do it daily.
Eggplant. I love eggplant. Love eggplant.
The only thing that we have to watch for eggplant and mushrooms now.
Oh, I love mushrooms.
Mushrooms, when you cut it up, it's the shape.
Yes.
You know, it's amazing. And like ginger is in the shape of a stomach, right? And ginger is great for
That's
our
true.
stomach, right? Eggplant, I don't really know what the shape of it is. But I would think this would, if you
looks
cut
like
it in
a
half, it
pear.
would look like a large, Jim.
It looks like a pear.
But anyway.
It looks like a large pear.
But you just have to watch, because people that have to stay away from nightshades, so people with arthritis and inflammatory disease, sometimes it could cause
What's
inflammation.
nightshades?
Nightshades is the things that are grown in moisty, dark spaces, rather than in sunny Florida
Oh,
spaces.
so this is grown under.
Yeah,
No,
it's
not.
no, it's still considered a nightshade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're talking about underground stuff. Tell me about potatoes.
It's the root.
But because now they say baked potatoes are no good for you. Where I always, when I was young, I used to like bake a potato, eat it with
I
cottage
thought it was,
cheese rather than sour cream,
But sweet
and
potatoes.
I was in heaven.
But sweet potatoes are better.
Yeah,
Right.
so tell us.
Yes. So as far as we quote unquote they, first of all, we don't know who they is, right?
Well,
Right?
I'm
When we say
sure-
that, no, like all
Well,
of
I'm
us.
assuming it's the the national.
Right, the National Dietetic Association.
health-
Well,
yeah.
they've got it all wrong, because they tell us to eat 8 to 11 servings of bread per day.
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You should never do that. It should be 8 to 11 servings of fruits and vegetables
Right,
per day.
right.
So, what were we saying? I forgot.
Potatoes. Like
Oh,
I
so
want to know.
potatoes.
I want to. Yeah. What do you need to eat
Okay.
to get
Wait,
brain?
wait,
So, but yeah, right. I need. Wait a minute. Wait. I'm going to take my walnut.
About a baked potato versus a sweet potato.
Let's talk about
So
potatoes.
potato is
'Cause
rooted.
I love potatoes because potatoes fill me up.
Right. So the potatoes are root. Again, it depends upon the soil that it's grown in, right? But that root is zinc. It's very high in zinc. It's very high in magnesium. It's high in minerals.
You're talking a baked
The potato itself.
Okay.
Whether it be
And they say with the skin,
yes.
then without the skin.
Correct, because the skin again has a lot of the nutrients in it that we're discarding, and we shouldn't. We should be doing this or put it in our water or something like
And
that.
by the way,
What about
before I
eating the
forget,
skin?
Because I forgot before, I wanted to say, you know what I used to do with these? I used to put them in a pot of water and boil it, and the smell used to go through my
I
house.
love that.
And orange or lemons
I
and
love
tangerines
that.
and stuff.
So look at that. Look, we
Yeah.
don't have to waste
Yeah.
anything.
No.
Oh, I love that.
And it makes your house smell like warm and loving. You can put an apple in it. Just what I meant.
The smell
Yes. Oh my God.
of the
smell.
fall.
Yes. Well, that's what they do when they're selling houses. You know, they bake
Yes.
an apple pie.
Right,
Or,
right.
You know,
That's
so you
true.
walk in
They
and you're
do.
like, ooh, you know,
It is
like I
true.
love the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your rooted vegetables are good. Potato is a vegetable.
Okay, so you're
So
saying
wait. I want to correct. I'm going to take your word. I can eat a baked potato
Yes.
for dinner.
yes,
what,
but
a
a
regular
sweet-
baked potato. I mean,
regular-
I love sweet potatoes, but I also love a baked potato.
Yeah, I
Sweet
do too.
potato better because
Right.
apparently there's less starch that breaks down to glucose. So if you're diabetic, you should have more sweet potato than white potato.
But it's
But-
not going to kill me to have a baked potato once in a while.
You know, they go out and they go, oh, pumpkin seeds aren't good for you, and orange isn't good for you. This
Oh,
isn't
that's
good
not
for you.
true.
Right, exactly. So anything grown in the earth, providing that it's grown in a proper earthy formula, organic, non-organic, we could go into all that. Every fruit and vegetable, and potato is a vegetable, is great for you.
Now tell me about hemp seed. I never heard
What's
of it
hemp
before.
seed? Hemp seed.
So hemp seeds. Hemp seeds, again, high in zinc. For sperm counts, for general health. Zinc allows
Hemp
all of
seeds.
your minerals to come into your cell.
Oh.
So your cell is like a magnet. The things that you eat, you need those minerals to bring it in. And you need water to bathe it in.
Right.
Hemp seeds is now being used for CBD. Like CBD oil, it comes from the hemp plant.
Wow.
Okay, so there's the
How come everyone
cannabis
keeps looking
plant.
at me when they're talking about this?
About hemp oil.
What's going on here?
That's another segment.
You were writing it down, Jim. We
There you
were
go,
writing
Jim.
it down.
He still didn't take a bite of that bagel, so that's a
Yeah.
good sign.
I don't know whether it's because it's old or it's hard or.
I think it's because it's hard.
So what do we have, Judy? What else?
Oh, I love this avocado.
Avocado.
Avocado. That
So-
we have to talk about that.
So the avocado's in the shape of a uterus.
Oh.
And that pit, I don't know, can I bring this up
Sure,
so
sure.
the viewers could see? Because I think this is really good. I wish I brought it out. But
Yes.
you see the avocado? The avocado is shaped in a uterus. And that pit is whatever you want it to be, the baby or whatever you want it to be.
Right,
But,
right.
You know, the avocado pit, too, is very good for us.
I know.
And I can't bring myself to eat
I
it,
don't
but
like
people have.
avocado, to tell you the
But
truth.
avocados are an omega-6. So this is a good fat, but very good for the uterus.
Yes. And it
very
also
interesting.
says it increases healthy blood flow. It lowers blood pressure and reduces risk for hypertension. Reduces bad cholesterol levels and cancer prevention.
So let's look at
Let's talk
hypertension.
let's talk about cancer prevention.
Yes.
Because October is Cancer Month.
Breast Cancer Month, yes.
September, October.
October.
October. Okay.
And ovarian.
Okay. Okay.
Ovarian and Breast Cancer
Yeah.
Awareness Month. Yes.
Wow. So tell us. Go ahead.
Okay, so any diet rich in fruits and vegetables is healthy. No one can tell different. There are studies on top of studies. Vegetarians, okay, have less cardiovascular disease. So when you read about, yes, these fruits and vegetables lessen cardiovascular disease, lessen your high cholesterol, and lessen cancer, it's because it's the way we should be eating.
Right.
This is cell food. And we have to start as a society looking at every food, the shape of it, looking at what we're putting in our mouths.
Right.
Because that's prevention for every disease. It's not, and there are studies with cardiovascular disease that a diet rich in just fruits and vegetables, it actually reverses plaque formation in the carotid artery or in the heart. Forks Over Knives, which is a
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Netflix.
God.
We've heard of that.
I
Everyone
know.
should watch Forks Over
You know what
Knives
the truth is?
from Netflix.
I
It's
could only watch half of it
unbelievable.
because I got so devastated over. I know what it's about.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very, very, very. It brings it to light exactly
yes.
what the industry, the meat,
What
and
the industry did. You know, it's like our plate became where 50% to 80% of it was meat.
Yeah.
And this much vegetable.
And I know somebody.
And it should be totally the
I know
opposite.
somebody that eats it every single day. I don't know if he's still around, but I mean, years ago, I used to, every time we went out to eat, and his wife said, that's all he eats. He eats
yeah.
meat every day.
Oh, yeah. I went to a steakhouse the other day, and they advertised, oh, this cow is fed beer and whiskey, and it's massaged into the, but it's still,
the truth
where
is,
was he before
I
they
like
massaged him?
to have meat once a week.
I actually
But-
loved steak. Like to me, a grilled steak with a nice salad is like heaven for me. Heaven for me. But then I start eating and I think about where it's from. And then I can't, I go,
Well, that's not bothering me.
I
What's
can't.
bothering me is that I've been eating it for many years, kind of medium rare. And now I'm feeling guilty about it, and I really don't like it.
Yeah, what's that? What's,
Okay.
It's
what's
not
the
supposed to
difference
be
in that?
good if it's
So-
red, but it tastes so good.
So again, be very mindful of what you're eating, and
That's why I
think
can't
about
eat it.
where that's been before it went on your plate. Because when you think about food in front of you and you think about that rare piece of meat,
Well, not rare. I'm not talking raw
well, medium
or rare.
rare.
I
Medium
used to eat
rare.
it rare. I
So
used to eat it rare.
let's go backwards, okay? So that cow's been grazing through some grass, right? And in the grass, we're all worried about ticks and Lyme and stuff. So I'm sure it got a Lyme or two. It got some tick bites or two, right? We all blame it on the deer, but come on, all those animals have ticks. So then it's getting into your meat, and then you're cooking it. Best to cook it fully, so this way you're killing off a lot of that stuff.
But I can't eat it well done.
Yeah. So
And
best-
sometimes when you order it medium, it comes out well done.
So Judy, the best, don't eat it at all.
Oh. Well, once a week.
Sorry, but no, you should. You could have.
Well, with
you could
every-
have meat.
wait,
Just be
with
mindful
with
of
everything,
the
everything's
processing.
in moderation.
Correct,
You don't
correct.
want to not
Yes.
eat it.
Correct.
Because then,
Absolutely.
then
Yes.
you're not living.
Agree. Agree. Yes.
But what we're saying is at least 80% of the time, I'm being gracious for the 20%. I'm sure you say probably 95.
No, but 80%.
But 80% of the time, eat healthy, you know. If you go out on the weekend, you're going out to
yes,
celebrate something. Yeah.
I had rainbow cookies, like I said,
yeah.
this weekend.
I want to ask you, doctor, about almond milk. Is that sweet? I've never had that.
That's what my grandson drinks.
So almond milk.
Unsweet.
Yeah,
almond milk.
unsweetened almond milk. Almond milk has...
Unsweet?
And I want to say
Yes.
something else. I've heard like the controversy about it being called milk because
Well, there's milk. It's a
it
plant
is
milk.
Okay.
So the milking process is massaging and bringing to a liquid solution, right? So these almonds are brought to the liquid solution. You know, they're chopped up until they really get all that milk processing out there. And that's what's called milk. But with almonds, so almond milk has less sugar than whole milk. So all my diabetics, one of the first things we go down the list. They can't have cheese because cheese converts to sugar. You can't have whole milk because whole milk converts to sugar. Now the alternatives are to use a vegetable-based cheese, which tastes disgusting. But really, I have no desire for that, so I just totally avoid it. But the almond has less carbohydrates.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a process of calculating your net carbs. And yes,
I'm going
much
to give
better
it a
to have.
try.
Yes, much better.
And it keeps eye functions at desired levels, maintains strong bones, regulates blood sugar levels, maintains good health, good heart health and blood pressure levels, and muscles absorb energy necessary for repair and growth.
Yes, because of the God bless you.
Thank
Because
you.
of the
God bless
omega
you.
sixes.
Yes.
So tell us, and something else you wanted to talk about was veggies, alkaline.
Oh yes. Okay. So
So what is alkaline?
So it's a pH balance, right? So your body's pH should be an alkaline pH, not an acidic pH. So I equate it to swimming in your chlorinated pool. I have a salt pool. I don't like chlorine because chlorine is acidic. And if anyone goes into a chlorinated pool, right away their body is becoming acidic with chlorine. So that chlorine is getting in there and that interferes with the cellular function. Vegetables and mainly vegetables and a little bit of fruit they alkalinate your body. Now people will say, but wait, an orange is acidic, a lemon is acidic, but when it goes into the body, the blood solution becomes alkaline because of all the antioxidant and fiber effects of these things. So you want an alkaline environment, which is the rainbow of foods. So this is your base that each cell can function, and then you get your minerals in there from your rooted foods, okay? So like your beets and your potatoes and things like that, those are mineralized, and all these have minerals, and then your cell could be a happy cell. So it's really important, especially with breast cancer. So with an alkaline solution, your hormones work better. Breast cancer is due to an acidic environment. So people who are eating a lot of stuff, alcohol is very acidic. They could be swimming in a chlorinated pool, drinking alcohol on the weekends. They could be having cake and cookies and all that stuff. So their body's becoming acidic and hormones do not function well.
Wow.
So they become estrogen dominant, and estrogen is very toxic. So you really need to alkalinate your body, eat the rainbow of fruits and vegetables, get out and exercise, drink water, no artificial sweeteners, and bring that cell all the energy it needs to function.
And how much water? I mean, I think it was eight.
Yeah.
It
It's
depends on your
hard.
weight, but it's approximately 8 ounce glasses.
So
It's hard to drink 8 glasses of water.
well,
But with lemon water isn't bad.
yeah, and you could put blueberries in water, raspberries, cucumber water. I like to put. We live on Long Island, so Long Island water is very chlorinated. So you can dechlorinate it by putting it in the refrigerator with the cap off, and the chlorine will dissipate in an hour. So you'll taste the difference in your water, and add some vegetables or fruit or whatever you'd like. And the answer to your question is half your body weight in ounces.
Half your body weight.
Yes. So if you're 140 pounds, you do 140 pounds divided by 2, so you need 70 ounces.
70 ounces. Okay.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask? I was going to ask something. Oh, yeah. I forget. Oh, well.
Is there another walnut there? No. Okay.
I ate one.
Get some blueberries.
That'll
That'll feed your brain.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Stroke patients, since strokes are a brain attack, should they eat more walnuts?
Well, everything in moderation. Okay. So a handful would be helpful. Yeah.
Well,
I like that.
we're
a handful would be
past.
helpful.
Oh, you're a
Judy-
poet and you
There
don't
you
know
go.
it.
Hey.
Well, I can't wait to have Dr. Roxana back on our show because our next show is going to be about wine.
Yeah.
So
Right
we'll
up our
have
alley. We're going to drink it, right?
Now,
We might as well mention right now that red wine is preferable to white wine.
Right. But-
because it's healthier.
But we can
So you
have
winemakers, contact me.
we can have her on our holiday show
Oh, yeah.
that we sing.
Yes.
Love it.
And we can enjoy ourselves a little bit of red wine.
We're talking-
Listen,
I love it.
I drink wine when I go to church.
Okay.
That's right.
Write this
So
down.
a little bit of wine is not going to hurt me in the morning. A little bit, I'm saying, like
A little bit
That's
of
right.
wine in the morning.
That's right.
a little bit of wine.
The Lord didn't say, "This is the cup of my blood." He used red wine, right?
That's right.
He didn't use milk and cookies.
Right.
He used unleavened bread and wine.
Yes.
There's
yes.
a point there.
We're talking December 15th is our
So
holiday
mark your
show.
date.
So,
December 15th. Okay.
okay.
She's
You
back.
got it.
We got her
I'm
booked
back.
already.
I'm back.
So before we close out, and thank you. I
You're so
love.
welcome.
I
You're so
absolutely
welcome.
love following you.
Great to be here. Great
you
to
know,
be here.
she's got, and that's only one small segment of what she does. If you go to her website, tell us when you click on the services. What's on services on your web? I mean, you're going to be blown away. But tell us.
So I'm actually merging websites now, but if you go on Dr. Carfora, CARFORA.com, and you'll see the services is preventative primary care, which is an insurance-based model, functional medicine, anti-aging medicine, which usually takes about an hour and a half consultation that is not covered by insurance. That usually involves bioidentical hormones, looking at your nutrition, sports nutrition. I deal a lot with athletes. Athletes, we need to really feed your body. So that's, we do a lot of blood work that insurances cover. But the interpretation and what I do, they don't cover. So if you call my office, and they'll the number's on drcarfora.com because I forget my own telephone number.
Because we don't call it.
But we don't call
We
it.
don't call it.
So
We don't
it's
call it.
250 something.
Yes,
I don't call
But you'll
my-
get it on my website.
I don't call my cell number, so when people ask me what it is,
Yeah,
I know.
I put her link on our press, so you'll find it all over the place.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But there's so many other services.
Oh yes, yeah, we do cardiovascular screening. So my whole thing is disease prevention.
Yes.
It's really again looking at the cellular level and working from the inside out.
Right. Which is really important. As much as we are, we bring awareness to strokes and aphasia, we also want to prevent people from even having to go in that direction.
Absolutely.
That's-
And genetics, like we
yes.
spoke about genetics
Yes.
last time. And genetic testing I do as well.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
That's good.
Renee, would you like to talk about your unconditional love
yes.
tour
Go
concert?
ahead, Judy.
You don't want to talk about it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. I want to hear about it.
2019 Unconditional Love Tour concert will be next Sunday, September 15th, at the 50s Fair at the Huntington Hilton. Presenting ReneMarie of ReneMarie Language of Love Foundation between 3:30 and 4:15.
In the large
And
room. I don't
in
know
the-
where that is.
Yes.
But
And also,
read what the what it says
small
on the
print? I have to put on
No.
my glasses.
Well,
think it's
September
right here.
15th, and you're singing between when?
3:15 and 4.
All right, 3:15 and 4.
3:30
And
to
Is it?
4:15.
okay, 3:30 to 4:15. I
Tune
can't
in
wait
to
to rock
be-
and roll next week.
Tune in to be inspired by those
Oh,
of us.
that's
You don't want to hear that?
No, that's our.
Just bottom line, Huntington over
Yeah.
50 fair.
Huntington
She will be
Hilton
there
50
singing.
fair.
Yes.
The theme is take a magical ride on the Unconditional Love Tour and share in the moments of ReneMarie's struggles, that's me, and triumphs. Listen and get captured by the story with laughter, high energy, passion, and I can't even read, through the universal language of music, which is
Now,
true.
Beautiful.
Before we leave, would
Beautiful.
you like to hear about our upcoming
Yes, that's what I
shows?
wanted you to, and make sure you add Dr. Carfora on there.
Well, we
December
just booked her for December 15th.
She's on there. You got to add her.
Okay, September 15th, we've got Edna Schneider, M.A.,
September 5th. Yeah.
M.A., CCC/SLP/THSS/CBIS, a few of her degrees. A highly regarded practitioner and presenter in speech language with more than 30 years
She's very
clinical experience and deep focus on issues of stroke.
Now that was, what's her name's sister? What was the woman? Do you remember her name?
Susan.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
But we had a guest on our show whose son had passed away. And when she was on it, she actually said, before I begin to talk about that, she has a foundation for her son. She said, my sister does this. And we're like, we were blown away
That's
with
wonderful.
the connection. And she's very, very, very well.
That's wonderful.
astute.
So she talks about, she has clinical experience and deep focus on issues of stroke, traumatic brain injury, concussion, Parkinson's disease, and neurogenetic disorders as clinical specialist at Rusk Rehab Department of Speech Language Pathology at New York University Langone Medical Center, and that's only part of what she does.
Yes.
Beautiful.
On September 22nd, we have Venice Mule Glass, PT, DPT, OCS, CSCS, RYT, Sunshine Physical Therapy, and she's going to be discussing her grandmother's stroke.
And that's another person, I sorry to keep interrupting, but that's another person we had on the show because she's Andrew's physical therapist. She's
Yes, and now mine.
Yeah. But she said, by the way, I have someone in my family experienced a stroke. Like, they're all people that just everybody is affected by a stroke, no matter whether it's your spouse or your family or somebody has suffered a stroke.
Then we've got September 29th, Assemblyman Andrew Ray are coming back. And this discussion will be about brain surgery with his guest, Barbara Kaplan.
Yeah, when he was on the telethon, he actually spoke about a foundation that needed support, and we're all about supporting people and foundations and really bringing awareness. So he said to bring it on.
I just have a few more, very few. October 6th is Attorney Joel Mirowitz. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. He's going to discuss his stroke. And he's going to appear with his guest, Wendy Silverman.
And we met him when we did the car show. He was walking past, and he came and stopped, and he suffers from aphasia and suffered a stroke, and he had a wonderful career, and now he walks with a cane. So, yeah. So
I have two more. Three more. But we already mentioned December 15th. We'll come back to it in a minute. Okay, October 13th, Peggy Orsino, Executive Director at RSVP, which is a 501c3 organization serving all of Suffolk County since 1972, and is one of 35 RSVP senior projects in New York State. Currently has 800 volunteers active in the community through RSVP. They partner with 100 not-for-profit organizations throughout the county who need volunteers to assist them and have diverse opportunities at their sites. It's funded by federal, state, and county, and local government, as well as foundations and private contributions. RSVP has many services. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Tai Chi for arthritis. Am I saying
Tai
Tai
Chi.
Chi for arthritis.
Wow.
Healthcare information counseling assistance program, HICAP presentation schedules, telephone reassurance programs, daily phone calls by senior volunteers to seniors living in the community to socialize and monitor their well-being, an emergency backup procedure for each, saving lives. Living Healthy and Better Choices is a 6-week program that they provide a workshop for. And they talk about caregivers, chronic conditions, diabetes, arthritis, high blood pressure, heart disease, chronic pain, anxiety, etc. And October 20th, I have not booked yet. October 27th will be Deanna and Eddie Dine. And they're going to be talking about Deanna's stroke. and she was recommended through Venice.
Wow.
And as I said before, December 15th is our holiday show. And
Wine.
it's going to be about wine.
Wine and music.
And the
Wine
few
and
dates
music,
that
I
I
love
didn't mention are in the process of being booked.
And actually, we'll have some healthy foods. We'll really make it another show to eat healthy foods. We'll be the example, and
Yeah.
we'll drink some wine.
And
so.
sing
Yeah.
some Christmas songs.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
music.
and then call
you'll
Uber
get-
to carry us home.
And you'll get to meet Elvis.
Oh, there you go.
And actually, Carlos, a dear friend of mine who I met through Michelangelo, who we're going to start working on the Simply the Best video production in New Jersey. His wife suffered a TIA, so he's going to be on the show. And we're booking, when my stepfather passed away, I went and met his family, and one of his cousins had a really extreme aneurysm. Like he passed on and then came
so
back.
sorry.
So he's going to be on the show as
I
well.
also want to mention before we close that we're working on a round table with some very prominent
my
people,
God.
and we're going to be talking about insurance, and it's going to be at Good Samaritan Hospital.
Yes,
I'm
you
trying
should
to
come.
find out.
Sure, it's gonna
I'm
be really
trying
good.
to find out. I have not given the list out yet
Yeah.
because I have to call them first.
Yes. Well,
I need date.
Yeah.
I need a date.
Well, it's my fault, not my fault, but like I said, my first it was Pepe, my stepfather that was in hospice, and he passed away, and I was getting ready to with my mother to transition into she was going to be going back to Mexico for a week and come back, and all of a sudden I brought her in and my grandmother went into the hospice. So it's like there's a but
I have to get back
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah.
Wallen and Dr. Beckleyus about what we're doing with that.
Incredible.
They are incredible.
But I
people.
promise, I'm a little bit back in gear because at least when I go to the rehab, I can work.
Yeah, I just
on
haven't been able
prayers
to.
with
Yeah.
I
all your
haven't been
family.
able to get back to him because I need a date.
You need a date.
I need to call these people and before giving out their names.
Yeah, I mean, I'm caught up into.
And Dr. Carfora, you could be added to the list.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
December 15th.
No, I'm talking
Or-
about the round table.
Oh, yes. Depending, just get the date to me. And
You know what? What's
I am
the-
out of town in March, so I don't know when the date is.
Yeah.
so.
Oh no, it's going to be a lot sooner than March.
Yeah. I mean, let's Judy. How about December 7th?
What day is December 7th?
Saturday.
I think they're talking Sundays.
Sundays?
Yes.
How about December 8th? December 1st to December 8th?
So you're talking about doing it after a show.
Well, let's get the booked, and then we could always, do that rather than the show.
Okay.
Jim can come and join us.
December 8th.
December
Do I
1st
ha-
or December 8th. I just want to give it enough time to press and
Okay,
to
so what
get
I'm
the
going to
voices
be
out about
doing
it.
is calling all of
No,
the people.
you have to confirm that with Dr. Jason and
I will-
Dr. Beckley
I will
first.
confirm the date, then I will call all the people that are on the list.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back to the audience and let
yeah.
everybody know what's
I mean,
going on.
it's. I mean, we really wanted the purpose of the roundtable discussion, the conference, is really to
about our mission.
But what are we going to do? Like, everybody talks about a stroke and they talk about aphasia and they talk about this and they have nice conversations about it. But I want to know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about the
What are we gonna
insurance
do?
when it runs
What,
out?
What are we going to do? And
Because it
Gina
shouldn't be
Gina
this-
Marie, Kelly, Jean Marie, she's like passionate about it as well. She's working on it with us. Like enough is enough. And it doesn't mean that we want to go to bat, but we're willing to have a strong conversation
Yeah.
about what's going to be done for the health care of those that have suffered strokes and aphasia.
And their insurance is running
Yeah,
out. And
yeah.
it shouldn't be the deciding factor in recovery.
Right.
Because you have to have that rehabilitation.
Right.
And some
Right.
people it might be a short time and some people it might be a much
Right.
longer time.
Right. So that's what the conversation is about. And if we need to do one now in November and one in March, we'll do that. And
She's not available.
well in April, but we're going to. It's gonna be streaming live over the internet, and it's going to be also, on our on our website and stuff like that. But we're 20 minutes over. Sorry, Jim. We just have a wonderful time with this platform. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you, Judy.
And thank you very much.
Thank you,
Judy, and thank you, Renee, for all that you do. Thank you.
Here we go.
It's a pleasure.
We always thank you so much for joining us today. We're honored. We're honored and privileged to have this platform through Village Connection Network to bring information to you. And today's show, look at the rainbow of colors. Jim had a wonderful setup on the show. And sorry we ate some of it. We were hungry and we wanted to show you that we're into it, So anyway, we're gonna blow our kisses. And thank you so much. We'll see you next week, and let's go. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. God bless you all.
Oh, this is so good.
I know.
So good.
Mi amor, yo no entiendo por qué tú más que nadie sabes qué pasó en mi vida. Yo no sé qué tú piensas, yo no sé lo que haré, yo no sé lo que estoy perdiendo, yo no sé lo que va a pasar. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti, no me puedes oír llorar. El día que caminaste por la puerta, todas las memorias fueron. Mi corazón está vacío, como si tuviera ayer. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír llorar. Usted está en mi sueño por la noche. Por favor, no peleemos. Y es tan difícil para mí y para ti. Yo, ¿qué puedo hacer? No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír llorar. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está sufriendo. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. No me puedes oír, no me puedes escuchar. No me puedes escuchar llorar, llorar. No me puedes escuchar llorar solo sin ti. Mi corazón está
and they're all dead. The lines cut off inside my head. I left here like a broken man with no idea of where I stand. Oh, my mind clear. Oh, I shed all of my tears. Oh, now baby, I was just waiting here while you moved on. Security, this newfound freedom you kept from me. The sound of all your loaded guns. This heartbreak war has just begun. The sound of all your loaded guns. This broken man has already won. Oh, my mind clear. Oh, I shall.